All right, so midterm elections, they're coming up, and there is a group of women that hopes joining forces will help each of them get elected to the judicial bench. Amy Paffrath joins us to tell us more. Good morning, Amy.
Yes, good morning, Renee. In the past 20 years, LA hasn't elected a public defender to the judicial branch, and now 4 women are banding together to share that fact and try to convince Angelenos more judges with backgrounds like theirs are needed in the city's courtrooms.
When you're trying to do something that's never been done, there's strength in numbers. That's what Deputy Public Defender Anna Slotky Reitano is banking on. She's running for judge of Superior Court Office 60 this November.
When you're running for a seat, it's lonely. It can be really isolating.
She's found support in women just like her. Together, Anna, Holly Hancock, Carolyn, Jiyoung Park, and Elizabeth Lashley-Haynes make up what they call themselves the Defenders of Justice. They represent a wide range of LA County and have known each other through the court system, each serving various roles as public servants. Anna says what she is seeing in the courts is prosecutorial bias.
There's a concern that, the bench has become an extension of law enforcement, an extension of the government, and that was not the intention of the framers. It's not the purpose of the courts.
The women have been logging miles together, hitting events all over LA daily, educating folks like this group of students at UCLA's law school on topics like fighting racial bias in the courts, a topic always on the top of Deputy Public Defender Elizabeth Lashley-Haynes' mind as the mother of 2 black sons. She says Angelenos have already voted for change. Now they need people willing to lead the change.
The judges are still remaining, many are still remaining as gatekeepers to that growth and that change and that forward movement that the legal system needs to move in.
Also a public defender, Holly Hancock leads in the homeless court diversion program and is running for seat 70. She says their strategy is what sets them apart.
We are grassroots, and we are reaching out to people. And these kinds of events are going to get the word out that there is a change coming.
Carolyn Park has spent years as a civil rights litigator, and today the tenant rights attorney handed out buttons to students. She's up for Office 118. The candidates spent a lot of time on their feet enlisting others to help them canvass. It's tiring work, but doing it together makes it a less lonely endeavor, and they stay clear about their goal.
If we're to fulfill that elusive promise of liberty and justice for all, we have to have all perspectives reflected on the bench.
As a collective, they work to create an alternative to incarceration. Anna wants her community to thrive. LA is where she's chosen to raise her children, after all. She imagines a world with rehabilitation and not recidivism.
It's true, we see things in a different way, and we've got the experience of actually solving issues rather than just finding convictions.
Fighting the good fight requires fairness, experience, and a strong support system.
You can find Anna Slotky Reitano, Elizabeth Lashley-Haynes, Holly Hancock, and Carolyn Jiyoung Park on your ballot when you cast your vote anytime now through November 8th.
It's so interesting to hear about these women.
Phenomenal women.
Exactly. But I do want to know who's been occupying the judges' bench for these past 20 years, especially as the county has held elections for these seats.
It's a great question, Renee. According to the records, it's been mostly prosecutors and former district attorneys who are known for being tough on crime. In response, Anna quoted CNN legal analyst Laura Coates saying public defenders aren't soft on crime, they're tough on injustice. You can learn more about each of these candidates and find out where they'll be speaking or canvassing next at Defenders of Justice. Oh, sorry, that's not the website. It is Defenders of Justice. I'm sorry, I'm quoting it wrong. The Defenders of Justice 2022.com.
It makes you hear it all the more clearly when you have to do it that way, so it's actually very effective. Thank you, girl. It makes sense, though, doesn't it?
It does,
I mean, it really does to have that kind of diversity on the bench and that kind of holistic approach, too.
I love that. Defenders of Justice.
Yes.